There comes a day when you wake up and realize you've been living for everyone but not yourself. You've been trying to make everyone proud, trying to be liked, trying to fit in, but deep down, you've been losing pieces of who you really are. And on that quiet morning, when the world still sleeps, something inside you whispers, "What about me?" That's the day your story starts to change. For so long, you said yes when you wanted to say no. You smiled when you were hurting and carried everyone's expectations like heavy stones in your hands. You forgot what peace feels like. You kept giving and giving until there was almost nothing left of you. And still, people asked for more, but one day you stop. Not because you've become cold, but because you've finally learned you can't pour from an empty cup. That day, you choose yourself quietly, courageously, completely. Choosing yourself doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you start caring about you too. It's not selfish, it's survival. You start setting boundaries, not because you hate people, but because you love your peace. You begin to walk away from things that drain you, from conversations that hurt you, from people who make you feel small. It hurts at first, it really does, but soon that pain turns into peace. You start realizing peace isn't found in others. It's found in finally listening to yourself. Healing doesn't happen overnight. It happens quietly in moments no one sees. When you stop checking who didn't call, when you stop explaining your worth, when you stop begging to be understood. It's in those quiet nights where you're alone but not lonely, where you finally breathe without the weight of pretending. Healing feels strange at first, like losing people, losing habits, losing old versions of yourself. But what you're really losing is the noise that kept you from hearing your own voice. One day, you wake up and realize you don't crave validation anymore. You don't need someone to say you're enough because you've finally seen it for yourself. You look in the mirror and see someone who's been through storms but never gave up. You see someone who's learning, growing, and still standing, even when life tried to break them. That's strength. That's power. That's what choosing yourself looks like. When you start choosing yourself, you stop chasing things that were never meant for you. You stop begging for love that costs your peace. You stop fighting for attention that's never given freely. You start doing things because you want to. You read, you rest, you walk alone, you laugh without needing a reason. And slowly, the world starts to look different, not because it changed, but because you did. Growth doesn't shout, it whispers. It's in how you react differently, how you choose calm over chaos, how you no longer feel the need to explain yourself. You begin to understand that not everyone deserves access to you. Some people only love you when you're convenient. But you're no longer available to be half-loved. You deserve the same energy you give away, and now you're finally giving it back to yourself. People will notice the change. They'll say, "You've changed," and they lines be right because you finally stopped being what they needed and started becoming who you were meant to be. You'll lose some people along the way. You'll outgrow certain spaces, certain friendships, even parts of your old life. But don't be afraid, that's what growth feels like. You can't heal and stay the same. You can't evolve and still fit where you once shrank yourself to belong. The more you choose yourself, the quieter life becomes, but also more peaceful. You'll have fewer friends, but deeper ones. Less noise, but more meaning. Fewer plans, but more purpose. And that peace, that deep, beautiful peace, comes from knowing you're finally living life for you. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer prove, you just are. And that's when the world starts meeting you differently because your energy has changed. Looking back, you'll realize the person you were trying so hard to please was never worth losing yourself for. You'll realize that the love you kept searching for, the respect you begged for, the validation you waited for was always supposed to come from within. It's not about becoming perfect, it's about becoming free. So, if you're listening to this right now, maybe it's your time. Your time to stop apologizing for growing. Your time to stop shrinking to fit into small spaces. Your time to stop waiting for permission to be happy. You are allowed to choose yourself. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to start again. The moment you do, you'll realize that peace was never something to find, it was something to return to. Thank you for being here with me today. If this message resonated with you, I'd be so grateful if you'd like this video and subscribe for more. Remember to be kind to yourself.